Elizabeth Tudor was born on September 7, 1533 at Greenwich Palace and died on March 24, 1603 at Richmond Palace, Surrey, aged 69 years, 6 months and 15 days. She was buried in Westminster.
Queen Elizabeth was also known as the Virgin Queen and Good Queen Bess.
Queen Elizabeth ascended to the throne at the age of 25 on November 17, 1558, and was crowned on January 15, 1559, at Westminster Abbey. She reigned for 44 years, 4 months, and 5 days. She was never married, therefore she never had children. Her successor was her third cousin, James of Scotland, also known as James I of England.
In the reign of Elizabeth, Parliament was called only rarely. It sat for less than 3 years of her 45-year reign. The main purpose of Parliament so far as Elizabeth I was concerned was to vote taxation. Elizabeth was rarely interested in the opinions of her members of Parliament. However, she respected Parliament. One exception was in 1586, when Elizabeth summoned Parliament to ask its view of whether she should execute Mary, Queen of Scots, for planning a scheme of murdering Elizabeth. Elizabeth Tudor's grandparents were Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. Her father was King Henry VIII and her mother was Anne Boleyn. King Henry VIII had 6 wives and 3 children. His wives' names were Catherine of Aragon, Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard, Catherine Parr, and Anne Boleyn. He also had 3 children, Mary, Edward, and Elizabeth herself. Elizabeth's mother was executed 2.5 years after her birth, as she was accused for adultery, incest, and high treason.
Her rule as a woman at a time when women rule, except when shared with men, was an abomination for many people. This benefited the development of women in society, and did much to promote the advancement of women in society, and eventually in civil and political life.
It was during Elizabeth's reign that England began to expand trade overseas and the merchant navy grew dramatically. Shipbuilding boomed under Elizabeth. Elizabeth's reign is referred to as the Elizabethan era, or the Golden Age. It is also referred to as the English Renaissance.
Elizabeth also influenced religion. She was a Protestant, but she didn't attack Catholics. She wanted people to naturally join her faith. Elizabeth also influenced literature and theatre. A lot of the greatest playwrights in the English language got their start during her reign. Marlowe, Shakespeare, John Fletcher, Thomas Middleton, and Ben Jonson are some examples. Elizabeth allowed playhouses like the Globe to be built as well.